Wesley Smith, man, Wesley, I figure if anybody can figure this track out, I mean, as many races as you've run down here, and you've won your fair share of them. You got to be able to figure this out here tonight. Like I say, sounds like some trouble last night. What happened?
Yeah, we had both cars figured out, and the track was coming to us, and just couldn't overcome the mechanical and electrical issues. But that's what happens when you don't do it for 5 months. And we'll try her again tonight. Yeah. So got to represent. We got some great sponsors on the car, and it's a shame we show up and perform how we did, but we're going to do them right tonight. So. Yeah.
I was going to say, what are you anticipating on the track? They was telling me even wet it before the A mains last night, which is unusual. But think same thing is going to happen? Have you heard anything from Dennis about that?
I don't know who's prepping the track this weekend. It's a toss in the air every time you show up. So we'll kind of see. They keep us on our toes, and sometimes it bites the field, sometimes it tears cars up, and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Remind me now, is it Ozark, Missouri? Ozark?
Nixa, Missouri.
Nixa. All right. Nixa, Missouri's Wesley Smith. And you're going to be running both classes tonight. Yep, so you're going to be watching out for the number 12 and looks like 44X.
Yep, that's it.
Over there. Hey, Wesley, I don't know about you, but all of us Missouri folks, we're ready to see a Missouri guy get out there and do his thing like I know you can do.
I'm ready to be there. We're going to try our best to put it in victory lane tonight. So twice.
All right. Wesley Smith, folks. Watch for those numbers I told you. Thank you, Wesley.
Thank you.
Topeka's Wyatt Burks. Wyatt, sounds like you had a pretty decent run last night, man. Like so many other people are talking about, that late red, boy, just kind of threw a wrench in everybody's deal.
Yeah, we got rolling pretty good through the middle of that. We ended up catching Mario, and I thought we had a shot at it, and then we had that red, and the bleeder kind of bled off a little bit in the right rear, and it got cold, and we got tight after that and kind of was just in a setting position and ended up getting passed for second at the very end on the last lap. But can't complain for the first night out. The race car's fast like last year, and we'll continue on tonight.
Absolutely, boy. I mean, that's what you want. Like you say, if the thing's fast, it's just got to get a few breaks. I mean, come on, let's face it. In this racing deal, you got to have a little luck, too. I mean, besides being good, you got to have a little luck.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's it can be your best friend or it can be your worst friend. But we found something last year, and we had it last night, too. So I'm looking forward to tonight. I think we got a shot at it.
Just final question. I think the track's going to be the same now. Like I've heard from several people, they wet it for the mains. Plus, understand the sprints are going to run first tonight instead of the midgets. So is that going to change things?
Well, if they do what they did last night, and they wet it before the main, it'll probably be heavy for us. It'll be probably a little bit harder to pass. Yeah. But all you got to do is get through this heat race and get as many passing points as you can to start up front, because they don't do an inversion anymore. So we'll see what we can do. All
right, man. Hey, Wyatt, just like everybody here in the Midwest, man, let's see some racing, buddy. I can hardly wait to see you out there. I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's great getting to race. I mean, this pandemic's kind of put a hold to everything, so it sounds like we're going to get to start racing some more through the middle of June and stuff, so I'm happy for it, and I think we're going to go out to Indiana maybe here pretty soon. So.
Okay, going to spread out a little bit this year maybe, huh?
Yeah, we've been trying to get out there, and I think we finally got stuff that's working good for us, and we want to go out there and see how well we actually are. So
I was going to say, if you can't beat the guys at home, man, you might as well stay home.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, last year was my greatest year ever, and this year I'm hoping to make a pretty good one, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Once again, Topeka's Wyatt Burks. Folks, keep an eye on, well, I don't see the number.
11W.
11W, man. Watch for this in the A-main. Thanks, Wyatt.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
7th place finisher last night, Chad Goff. Chad, man, this has got to be, I don't know if I want to say a dream come true, but, man, some of the best open-wheel, wingless drivers here in the Midwest racing here at Valley tonight. Man, got to be having a ball.
Yeah, when you look over and you see Shane Cottle across from you, you know you're in trouble. It's pretty deep. And, 40 cars last night. We drew, I think, 57. We started inside last row of our heat race. We're fortunate to pass a few cars and put us in the show. Started 13th, passed some more cars, finished 7th. Yeah. So it was a good night.
A good night. Moved up 6 positions. What was the track like last night? And do you think it's going to be similar here tonight?
The track was really pretty good last night. I mean, there was a pretty distinctive line around the bottom. You could run the top a little bit. It was hard to make time up there, but if you were quicker than the car in front of you, you could definitely make the top work if you had to. But the bottom was really good last night. The track was fairly dry, but I don't think it was overly dusty, and I don't think it was too dry. I mean, it was a pretty good racetrack. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll have the same thing tonight. I just hope we get everything in, kind of looking at the radar. And my co-race video person here tonight, Mary, was telling me that looking like 8 o'clock might be a bad time. So hopefully we can get it done before then.
Yeah, that'd be good. I put a different setup on the car tonight, try some dry slick stuff. I figured it'd be really dry tonight,
Yeah.
so my luck it'll rain and I'll be out to lunch.
Yeah, we were just talking to another racer down the way here, and he was saying it didn't look like they had near as much water on it. Plus, he said they wet it last night before the mains.
Yeah, he did water it before features rolled out last night. I think the midgets rolled around for about 15 minutes trying to run it in before they went green.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chad, I'll tell you what, man, after all we've been through so far this winter and spring, why, I know everybody's ready to go. Let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, it was good to see this place was packed last night too, so hopefully life will get back to normal.
We sure hope so. Once again, 7th place finisher in the sprints last night here at Valley Speedway for the Power Eye War Sprints, Chad Goff. Man, I got it all out.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Casey Shuman, man, this has got to be a really different kind of deal for you here tonight, considering that last year you were the guy that was, how do you want to call that, on the point? In other words, catching everybody's flack and everything else, so it's got to be different tonight.
Yeah, it'd be a much more relaxing night for sure. I just happened to, we were racing with the late models up in Jackson, Minnesota the last couple nights, and this was kind of on the way home, so I figured we'd stop by and see some of the guys and have a nice relaxing night and watch some races.
I was going to say, boy, it really taking the pressure off of you, but just let me say, Casey, that I think you took over this War Series, and I don't think I'll hurt anybody's feelings, but man, I mean, I think you stepped up the program, you know, as it went along, because it was, gosh, it was getting to where it was just tough to win in this series. I mean, between the guys in Illinois and the ones we got here, and then we started picking up USAC guys along the way. Man, you just made it a terrific series.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, that was, you know, I had a lot of fun coming over here and just racing in the series and racing for Hockett, but I could see that there was a lot of things that I felt like I could help the series and these racers, you know, do and step up the game, and I think, like you said, I think we did that. I mean, you know, they get to race for a little more money, and they're getting to go to some cool racetracks and attracting a lot of talent. And you know, the speed that the local guys have gotten to is really good. I mean, the locals are really fast around here, and it's not easy to beat them, and it showed last night. I mean, they hung in there with some of the best from Indiana and all over the country, so it's pretty cool. It's fun to see where it's come, and it's pretty cool to say we were a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Casey Shuman. Casey, thanks for talking with us, buddy.
Absolutely, bud.
Shouldn't shake hands, but that's right.
I got some hand sanitizer.
Okay, I'll do too. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, guys.
We've got USAC Shane Cottle here, and Shane, 4th place finish here last night at Valley Speedway with the Power Eye War Sprints. Man, what do you think of this track, first off? And man, this War Series has gotten tough, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little track. It's the first time we've ever been here, and it's kind of unique, you know. But it's a fun place to race. Yeah, the War Series has gotten tough. We brand new car and new crew chief, and we're just trying to get meshed together and see what we need to do to make this thing go fast.
I was going to say that's kind of always a learning experience, because you never know. Have you raced much earlier so far this year? I mean, I know everything's been closed, but man, having to put everything together like that with a new car, new crew chief, man, that can be some tough stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely it is. I haven't ran in anything since January at the Chili Bowls, so it's been a while, so we're a little rusty right now. So, but you know, the more races we get in, you know, the better we'll be, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, well, like they say, it's kind of like throwing them in the pool, man. You either start making strokes or you're going to sink. So you got to get out there and do it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's all we can do is, you know, just keep plugging away at it and do the best we can.
Hey, Shane, let's have some fun tonight, buddy. People in Kansas City, as I'm sure everywhere else, they just want to see a little racing, some good racing. And, of course, in my humble opinion, I've been a sprint car fan all my life. But, man, these open-wheel cars, this is where it's at, buddy. I mean, it's driver here, right?
Absolutely. You know, the non-wing open-wheel stuff is the funnest thing there is. So, you know, we'll go out and put on a show for everybody tonight, hopefully.
All right, let's go, Shane. Let's have some fun, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hatches, because this is war. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Clouser on the inside. Rogers on the high side. Great start side by side at the flag stand. Here comes car number 28M of Brandon Maddox in the mix. The 9 of Casey Baker threatening the middle up to the number 4 position as we have a 3-car battle for the top position. Up top, the 6, Mario Klauser, the 28M of Brandon Maddox, the 14 of Jaden Rogers rounding out your podium. Here comes the 5C of Colton Cottle, the 9X of Casey Baker. Baker up to the number 3 position. And here comes car number 98 of Brandon Morin. Morin, as we got 2 cars kind of together over coming out of turn number 2. It looks like they may be caught together. I'm looking at the 16 of Anthony Nicholson and what appears to be the 11W of Wyatt Burks. Bahama tires on the side, green flag in the air. We're back racing here at Valley Speedway. It's Mario Klauser. Brandon Maddox looking down to the inside as the 14 of Rogers riding the rim and through turns number 1 and 2. Maddox going to get a great run going down the back straightaway. He's going to look to the inside of car number 6 of Mario Klauser. Klauser hanging it up top shelf. Maddox down low right in the middle of the racing surface. And here comes car number 14 of Jaden Rogers. Car number 9, Casey Baker. Staying tough right there in the number 4 position is right behind her. You have car number 5C of Colton Cottle, the 98 of Brandon Morin. Here comes the 74X of the Throttle, Shane Cottle. Keep an eye on Cottle as he makes his way through the pack. Right behind him, you have the 2 of Zach North, the 91 of Riley Kreisel. Kreisel coming up to the front as well. Car number 9, Chad Goff right behind them, 77 of Jack Wagner. Meanwhile, up front, it's all car number 6. Mario Speedwagon having it his way here tonight again at Valley Speedway. It's Klauser, Maddox, and that car number 14 of Jaden Rogers. Top 3 kind of separating themselves. Everybody kind of following in the tire tracks of that car number 6 of Mario Klauser. Klauser extremely high coming off the turns as he's letting it drift up, trying to get a little bit of speed and a little bit of bite going down the back straightaway. It's Klauser, your leader, the 28M. Brandon Maddox going to try to look down to the inside as car number 14 of Jaden Rogers right there in striking distance as well. He was first place contender, car number 74X of the Throttle, Shane Cottle, able to get around car number 9X of Casey Baker Trimble. So the Cottle brothers running 4th and 5th. It's Shane Cottle in 4th. Colton Cottle in 5th, and here comes Riley Kreisel. Kreisel hooking from the top shelf, and he's got working down the front straightaway, trying to move into the top 5. Meanwhile, back up front, new leader through turns number 1 and 2. The 28M of Maddox has taken over the lead. It's Brandon Maddox, the leader. Mario Klauser, Shane Cottle, Jaden Rogers, and Colton Cottle rounding out your top 5. Everybody chasing the 28M of Brandon Maddox. Maddox is now your leader, going to be dealing with lap traffic momentarily as they're on the same straightaway. It's Brandon Maddox, Mario Klauser, Shane Cottle, Jaden Rogers. Cottle able to get around that car number 14 of Jaden Rogers as now he has his sights set on the 6 of Mario Klauser. Shane Cottle running a completely different line than everybody else. Everybody else is taking it top shelf, making it work, bouncing off the berm. And that 74X of Shane Cottle is threading the needle down to the low side. Now Maddox knows he's there. He's going to pull it down and maybe try to put a little bit of block, a little bit of distance on him as lap traffic right in front of our leader's car number 88 of Chad Tice trying to stay on the lead lap. And he has a battle brewing back behind him. Shane Cottle looking down to the inside of our race leader, the 28M of Brandon Maddox. But Maddox got a pin right behind lap traffic. They're going to thread the needle. Maddox right in the middle. He's going to take the lap car, no problem, as new leader at the line, the 74X, as yellow flag come out onto the racing surface. I don't know if that one's going to stick. Yellow flag for car, I believe, number 2X, maybe? Nope, there's 2X. So we're telling drivers cars stay in line. I'm going to have to check with scoring to see when the caution came out, who's the place. Him in the 74X of Shane Cottle looking for the green out of 4. It's in the air. We're back. Green flag racing down the front straightaway of Valley Speedway. 28M, Brandon Maddox. Here comes the 74X of Shane Cottle. Cottle bouncing it down to the infield. He's got to run down the back straightaway. Side by side for the race lead as we're entering into turns number 3 and 4. Off 4. Cottle high. Maddox not quite going to have enough at the line. New leader, Shane Cottle in car number 74X. The 28, Brandon Maddox right there in second. Third, back to third now is the car number 6 of Mario Klauser. 14 of Jaden Rogers running fourth. And the 91 of Riley Kreisel now cracking into the top 10. Chad Goff right behind him, sitting 6th. Up front, it's still the 74X, Shane Cottle, the 28M of Brandon Maddox now trying to run him down as we have battling all over the racing surface for position. Shane Cottle, Brandon Maddox, Jaden Rogers, Mario Klauser, Riley Kreisel, Colton Cottle. 16 of Anthony Nicholson again. As two cars get together right in front of the flag stand. That is the 2Z of Zach Davis and the 2K of Kyle Lewis. A pair of twos getting together right in front of the flag stand. Out of turn 4, Cottle leading the way. The throttle, Shane Cottle back on it down the front straightaway. Great start by car number 74X as we go into turns number 1 and 2. Shane Cottle, the leader. Brandon Maddox, 2nd. 3rd is the 14 of Jaden Rogers. 4th is the 6th of Mario Klauser as we have a new 5th place competitor, the 9 of Chad Goff, able to get around. Car number 91 of Riley Kreisel. We're going to try to cut it back down to the inside. How about Anthony Nicholson from a provisional starting spot trying to crack into the top 5 as he's up to 6th and looking for more. Whatever adjustments they made from the B feature to the A, it definitely worked on that Razor Edge graphics. Car number 16, the athlete Anthony Nicholson. Nicholson working that inside line. He's going to go down to the inside of the 91 of Riley Kreisel. Nicholson taking over the 6th spot. Got his sights set on that car number 9 of Chad Goff as Goff is running 5th. Up in front of him, you have the 6 of Mario Klauser and the 14 of Jaden Rogers. Klauser, a little bit of a slide job through turns number 1 and 2. Rogers going to try to cross him back over down the back straightaway, but up front, it's still all car number 74X. The throttle, Shane Cottle out front, 28M. Of Brandon Maddox sitting 2nd, the 6 of Klauser, the 14 of Rogers, and the 5C of Colton Cottle. That would be the 9 of Chad Goff rounding out the top 5. Right behind him finds the 16 of Anthony Nicholson, the 91 of Riley Kreisel, the 5C of Colton Cottle. 28 of Corey Schutte making his way to the front as well. Something amiss with car number 91 of Riley Kreisel, as it looked like a little bit of flames coming out the side as yellow flag conditions coming out on the racetrack. Riley Kreisel coming to a stop as he's going to crawl out of his car very, very quickly. That car was on fire as it came down the front straightaway. As you see him moving around over there, a very scary moment. Flames coming out of the side of that car number 91 of Riley Kreisel as he gets that car pulled to a stop, and then we have somebody take a spill on the front straightaway.
So it was I was kind of a sitting duck out there, but luckily we got a good run down the back stretch and beat him to the line.
Probably mixed feelings coming into a racetrack for the first time, but I'd say leaving the weekend, you got to be smiling right now, pretty happy.
Oh yeah, definitely. We looked like crap out there in our heat race, and these guys they just put their heads down and went to work, and you know what, they put me a fine race car together.
What's it like battling there, into the third quarter on the last lap, battling with a guy like Brandon Maddox? What's that like for you?
Oh, it's awesome. He's a good clean racer, and I tried to squeeze him as much as I can, and luckily neither one of us touched, and we got the line first, but he put on a heck of a race with me.
It's the first career World Sprint win for Shane Cottle. Congratulations. Let's hear it one more time for your winner.